Good Thursday evening. Welcome to BCP Live. Hi, I'm Joey McWilliams. I am glad to be with you tonight. It is a great night. And you know what? I have a great guest. I will introduce him in just a moment, but I do want to say thank you to everyone for watching. Thanks for stopping by. It's been a fun week. I've enjoyed getting to visit with you all. Comments have been great. We do have the giveaway, which we'll talk about here in just a moment. And my lighting looks a little bit different than last night. That's okay. There's always a little bit of a glare right there. I can't help that. That's just a course hazard. Sorry. That's just the way it is. And, you know, one of these days, I think I'll make the great decision to not wear a shirt that's the color of my backdrop. That might happen too. Anyway, all those things having been said, I talked for a little bit, long enough to let a few people join, like Dottie and Daryl. Hey, got to see Daryl today, given the ribbon cutting there at Pro Image. That is cool. Janice is on board. Michael, man, appreciate you joining tonight, too. We got some stuff to talk about that I think you might be interested in. And, of course, Dottie made it, yes. Jeff Edlin in the house tonight as well. Jeff, you have to be kind to my guest, okay? That's all I'm saying. You have to be kind to my guest. So let me introduce that guest really quickly. It is the one, the only, Jeff Shelburne. And Jeff, of course, has Shelburne Heating and Air. And we've been talking about Jeff a lot with the rodeo. And I know that Susan Edlin mentioned him. Of course, Susan with the Durant Riding Club, Pro Rodeo, and Durant Riding Club as well. And lots of other folks have talked about him as well. I got to meet Jeff probably about 2 years ago, a little bit less than 2 years ago, going out, talking about the Bryan County Patriot and visiting him and in his business and just getting to talk. And I'll tell you what, I want to let you know, I've made a friend. I appreciate Jeff and even the times that we get to visit regularly throughout the year, just because I think he's a good guy. I mean, absolutely fantastic. I think Jeff's a good guy. But Jeff, you do so much. Oh my goodness, you're constantly going. And this past weekend, man, you were the drag man at the rodeo, taking care of all that and getting stuff done. How was the rodeo for you?
It went really well. There was a lot of participation, through the riding club and a lot of different volunteers throughout the community. It's always good to see that. I had George. I was lucky enough to have Jory Whitlock helping me out on the ground. We had the Durant Fire Department and some of the firefighters actually helping us out with some of the stuff on the ground. Big thanks to those guys. They were more than happy to come out and lend a hand. It was, which from my point of view with working, I don't get to see everyone that gets to volunteering, but throughout the night, you kind of just run into different people from different businesses, and it's always good to see. The rain Friday night, I was absolutely amazed at how many people stuck it out as long as they did. By the time me and Jory got off the tractors, we were just saturated. Thursday night went really well. It lasted all the way into Friday morning. And then Saturday night, I saw the biggest crowd that I've ever seen out there at the rodeo grounds, which to me is a good thing. I try to be a pretty good advocate for rodeo, and all the way from junior rodeo to it's all good for our community with the visitors that come in and stuff like that. So I mean, it was a good thing to see this last weekend.
It really was. I enjoyed all of it. It was interesting to me seeing all the people that were there. Of course, I kind of kicked back and I realized that just being there with my wife and the three younger kids, we kind of just stayed back a little bit, and I enjoyed watching. I don't think I got to visit as much as I would like to, but you're right. You see all the folks that are there and just coming by, the people that are sponsoring and just being a blessing, just coming out and volunteering. Really quickly, shout out Michael Lyday says you look good, Jeff. He's already on board. He's giving you the compliment, so it's good. Kitty, nice to get to see you tonight. Thanks for stopping by. Becca, Teresa, I'm really glad that you guys are here. Always thankful to get to see you. And Jason Manis, he's promoting, all right, my AC guy and great supporter of Kiwanis Pancake Day. So there you go. You're getting props all the way around, Jeff. This is what I brought you on the show for, man. I wanted you to see just how much people appreciate you.
I have been a nervous wreck ever since I agreed to it yesterday, Joe.
Well, Jeff's behaving right now, and I don't know if Aaron's watching yet, but I told him he had to be nice because he didn't know what it took for me to get you on the show. So I appreciate you being there. We have a lot to talk about. Let's bring up one thing here really quickly then, and that is something we were talking about yesterday. You and I were visiting. Michael was there as well, talking about the golf tournament for the Caddo FFA. And I got the information for that. I said yesterday on the broadcast that I would talk about that some. Saturday, August the 1st, and you still can sponsor. You can have a sponsorship. Their availability is open there. I'll talk about that a little bit more as to how you can do it. A platinum sponsorship for $200, gold for $100, silver for $50. And Michael was telling me yesterday there were still 7 spots open for teams to get into the 4-man scramble. So, you can also get involved that way too. Jeff, this is really a big deal. And of course, our local FFAs are just are great organizations.
We've always been a good, try to be a good supporter for FFA and throughout the county in our area. We're fortunate enough to usually help in some sponsorships with some of the different chapters. My daughter's actually started her stint. They're actually at their first training for the state FFA office. She's our Southeast District Vice President this year. She actually got her jacket today. We got to see it. We got a picture from her earlier that she got her jacket in. So it was that was pretty neat to see. Yeah, I was glad Michael and Jalen showed up yesterday when you were here. We've tried to help a little bit with the golf tournament up there I guess for quite a few years in a row, and Michael's always hit me up for it. And, they usually get a lot of participation through it. So hopefully we can hopefully with you, Joey, they can fill their spots tonight.
Man, I hope so too. I really do. And folks, I think this is one of those good things to get involved in. We talk about our local businesses here, and I always want to promote local businesses here on BCP Live, but our local organizations too. And one of the things Jason was talking about, put in the comments the other day, talking about the youth organizations, people who sponsor our youth organizations and support them. And Corby, by the way, also saying Jeff and Shelburne Heating Air are the best. You guys are the best. So also from Dottie, Jeff and his crew have saved us more than once. So you're lifesavers too. I mean, my goodness, Jeff, you have it going on. But
my guys are the best. But, I usually tell them I'm not a very good helper. But my guys, I truly believe my guys are the best.
You do have some good guys. I'll say that for them. And they've come out and they've worked on things where we live too, and we do appreciate them. Go back to the youth thing for just a moment, and I want to ask you about that too, because you mentioned JC with what she's learning and what she's doing right now over the summer, and how she's being trained with the FFA stuff. But I think that there's just you can't say enough about these local youth organizations like an FFA or a 4-H too. We were talking about that yesterday as well. You get to be a blessing to them, right?
Well, I don't know about a blessing, but we try to help. I try to. My goal is to help as many youth organizations as we can each year. There's always been kind of a thing that I run into in my business where people say, "Well, you've got to get 3 estimates." Well, I don't agree with that. I've always generally what I tell my customers is instead of the 3 estimates, you take and look at which service companies are supporting the local youth activities and local activities throughout our community and our county. That's the ones you call. If you want competitive bids on any service work, use the guys that are supporting our community. That's always been a big standpoint for me, and we try to do what we can. There's other companies that do the same, but that's always been something that I've always really tried to help my customers with is use the crews that support our youth, because to me that's what life's all about.
I agree with you entirely. We're here on BCP Live, and we are visiting with Jeff Shelburne. Shout out to a lot of folks. Robert joined tonight, and Robert's, I'll tell you what, man, he's going to keep me clothed properly, I believe. The Don Hyde has figuratively joined to not well figuratively. He's literally joined. He's figuratively in the house. I saw the Don Hyde today as I was coming back up northbound. It was a little struggle getting southbound this afternoon. I mean, that it got down to one lane for a while. There was a little bit of stoppage. That was fine. But northbound coming back up and through, the Don Hyde was helping to get some people sorted out after a little bit of an accident there. So, Don, I was praying for you today, and I hope that you're doing all right. Michael, by the way, letting us know in the comment section too. 4-man scramble. Just confirm all this. 4-man scramble, and we'll put this on the Patriot website too. So keep that in mind. Also, try to get it out on Facebook. 4-man scramble, $300 a team at the Atoka Golf Club, and that is August 1st. So that's how you can help support the Caddo FFA. Also saying, hey, Jeff, you serve the community wholeheartedly. Thank you for everything. You know, that's one of the things too. And Jeff, I want to ask you about your business here in just a moment. But when I visit with people, your name comes up a lot. Christy Broderick, who is the Southeastern rodeo coach, and wow, she's got some good things going on there. And I think the rodeo teams, the men's and women's teams at Southeastern, are just right up there. And disappointed that the season was cut short for them too. You know, we talk about some of the other sports. Of course, basketball was going into the playoffs for Southeastern men's and women's basketball teams. That was terrible. The men's and women's rodeo teams, though, were right up there near the top of the Central Region standings, and I hated it that their season cut short. But, you know, she always thought, well, you know, Jeff will come out and, you know, he'll take care and then he'll do this out there for the cattle or whatever that need to be done, bring it out there. He'll run with us or, you know, whatever needs to be done, Jeff's there. And so I just want to give you a shout out. I think it's just incredibly cool what you do. Well, let's talk about your business then, because you have, we've mentioned this, Shelburne Heating and Air, one of our advertisers, which we'll get to our advertisers in just a moment. But you do a lot around the community, and I've seen what you do. I've experienced your guys coming out and working on things where we are. Man, I think you do good work.
I appreciate it. Like I say, I give all the credit to my guys. You know, we've got absolutely great customers. I got a call this afternoon from a customer that we put a new system in for last week, and he called just to brag on how hard the guys worked and how pleasant they were to have in their house. And I mean, and that to me, that's what it's all about. You know, if we take care of our customers, they take care of us. We've got so many great customers. We've just been very fortunate to have the ability to take care of our surrounding area. We're trying to grow as we can as I can gain manpower to try to reach out a little bit farther. Right now, it's with manpower. That's the hard part. And all the service companies, you know, everyone experiences that. The trades are very slim as far as younger guys coming in. So we have to spend a lot of time to make sure we take care of the guys we've got. You know, they worry about our customers, and that to me, that means that they've got a good head on their shoulders, and you know that they'll give, as Michael said earlier, wholeheartedly to the customers. And I mean, that's the reason that we're able to help what we can. We're just very proud to be able to do what we do throughout the community, and
yeah,
happy to be here.
Well, you're doing good work, and so this is one of those times I would imagine. Okay, in the name, heat and air. So I realize there are certain times of the year probably where it gets a little bit busier. So we are here in late June. Is this a busy time for you?
Yeah, heat season is just firing off. Spring was like a roller coaster. So it was. It's been crazy for all the service companies from highs to lows. Everyone. I don't know. I mean, eventually everyone has problems with their systems. We try to do what we can to take care of folks. We've got a few things that we try to do to separate ourselves from the other companies for our customers from when they're down. We do we do a lot of finance programs for our customers, because that's something that nobody really prepares for, is to have the money set aside when your system does go down. So over the last couple of years, we've tried to kind of gain more and more access to different finance programs to help folks. We've fortunately been able to gain a few access points that will help those that have had some credit issues, or and then we've got some that run all the way out to 0% options, for long term. I think like right now the 0% for 72 months. It makes it a lot easier to make a low payment than it does to come up with a large sum. And I think that's been a big part of it. We've got great distributors. We set multiple brands of equipment, but I mean, all of our distributors have always had our back. We use only equipment that's produced basically from Kansas to Texas. That way we have fast availability, because even like a new vehicle, I mean, a new system can have a problem, but the service we have from our distributors is what makes us able to try to provide the best service that we can.
Well, I do appreciate you, and and that's one of those things too. I mean, you're right. I don't think too many people get up in the morning and go, "Wow, I sure do expect the AC to go out today." So you're right.
Yeah.
It's
usually a big surprise.
Yeah, and then it's like, well, we have to do something now, because it is that time of year. So folks are giving lots of compliments to Shelburne Heating and Air tonight, and I think it's well warranted, so I appreciate that. Jeff, you're not the first Shelburne to come on BCP Live, and Jancy Shelburne came on a little bit earlier. She was here a month and a half ago. Time is actually starting to fly a little bit again. For a while, it was just dragging.
Yeah.
It's starting to fly a little bit too. And I know that, by the way, speaking of Jancy, she just showed up in the comment section. She says she loves that guy. How about that? Well, anyway, I appreciate that. Jancy, shout out to you. I was really grateful to get to have you on the broadcast. And I know with what you guys are doing, Red River, y'all are busy. Y'all are busy. So it's a busy time for everybody. But Jeff, I just wanted to let you know, you weren't the first Shelburne to make the show. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I that's why I got her on here first. I was trying to get out of coming.
Well, I wasn't going to let that happen. I was not going to let that happen. All right, two things before I let you go. And again, I appreciate you taking time on, 9 o'clock plus now as we're going on. And the weather looks like it's starting to change a little bit. I'll get to that probably after I let you go. But I think we may be seeing some Saharan dust coming our direction. And it is what it is. But that's all right. Anyway, okay. Senior parade. Jeff, you probably had the most memorable ride in the Durant Senior Parade. So I'm filming it or I'm recording it, and I tried to live stream it well. And I know that everybody in town was sucking all the internet out of my phone. So I don't think it live streamed as well as I wanted it to. Quality wasn't as great as I liked for it to be. But I turn and I look, and here comes the steer from the branding iron. I'm looking down the road, and I'm seeing it actually turn the corner, at Pizza Hut, and coming up, and I thought, oh my goodness, that's the neatest thing ever. I had no idea you were in there, and I've thought back on it more than once, and I thought, I should have known. Should have known. How did you pull that off? You were able to give JC just a special ride for Senior Parade.
Well, she was actually trying to figure out if she was going to be able to do it or not, because some of the state FFA stuff was starting up, but with all the COVID issues, her schedule with getting that started has been pretty hectic. It was actually kind of something that got thrown together about 9 o'clock the night before. She decided that, yeah, I can make it, but I don't want to ride through in just anything. And I said, well, what are you thinking? And of course her mom said, well, we can use my pickup. And she said, no, I'm thinking bigger. So I made a phone call to a friend of mine, Will Grody, and said, hey, I need a semi. And he said, I told him what for, and he said, yeah, let's make it happen. And so I thought, well, if we're gonna have something, because her original thought was to ride a horse through the parade. I mean, that was what she wanted to do, but they did have the guidelines of, you have to be in the passenger seat and stuff like that. So I just had to think, if we're going to drive a semi through, we might ought to do something epic, go big, or, we might as well go big. So I called Brady Baskin and said, hey, the parade's tomorrow night. And he said, yeah. He said, I'm doing fireworks. I said, well, I need a passenger for our vehicle. You don't have nowhere a guy can find about a 10-foot bull, do you? As a matter of fact, I do. There's one standing in my pasture. So when I told the guys about it the next morning, I mean, my guys were just they were all in. They wanted to help do it for JC, so we just kind of went and tried to throw it together. And she got to haul a celebrity through and go out in style. Is kind of what we thought. We had a great time. The truck was full of people. I mean, we had a good time. Had the PA system going underneath the bull on the back. We just threw it together fast enough. We didn't have time to make a banner or anything to say who was in it. So it just made it even more fun with everybody trying to guess.
That was great. That was absolutely great. Well, I had no idea, but like I said, I looked back on it and thought I should have known. I should have seen.
He's going to make another appearance.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Brady has some plans. I think I don't know the exact slogan he's going to use, but Brady is always another person that does a lot for our community and different events. And he called me, and we've been housing the bull for him here at the shop. He's got something planned for the bull with the big fireworks stand that he does every year. So I don't know his complete plan, so I can't spoil the surprise for that. But I know he's got something going on, so everybody wants to look out. The bull will be making another appearance in town.
Okay, so no spoiling the surprise, but at least you heard the tease first here on BCP Live. So there's something special in the works very soon, then I guess. So
yeah.
All right. Well, Jeff, before I let you go, I want to announce this again. Now we're giving this away next week, so all week long we're taking down the phrases, words or phrases from 2020 that you're sick of. Absolutely, you're tired of hearing. And when 2020 comes to an end, you'll be glad and hopefully never have to hear some of these phrases again. There are a few definitely on the list so far. And here's how you enter. If you haven't entered already, put in the comments section then a word or phrase that you are absolutely sick of. Now, some of them have already been taken because we started this on Monday night, a number of them, and I'll read those out a little bit later on. Before I let you go, though, Jeff, what's a word or a phrase from 2020 that you'll be glad to leave in 2020 when we're done?
Coronavirus.
It's that one right there. I'm going to put it down. I'll go ahead and write it down right now for you. So, yeah. Oh, my goodness. And I have heard that word before. Obviously, COVID-19, and I'm probably going to get kicked off YouTube anyway. But COVID-19 obviously was new to this year. It was a novel virus from 2019. I had heard corona before or coronavirus before, but it was just sketchy. Oh, my goodness. I've heard it so many times now. Yeah, I think I've heard enough this year to last for the rest of my life. So I'm not. By the way, the winner will come from a panel. A panel is going to choose the winning phrase. Nobody's name will be attached to it, so they're just going to choose the winning phrase from all of these that are listed. So, and I'm not on that panel either. I know there are a couple of them I've had it with. New Normal, I've never liked that one. Brian Cooper posted that one for sure. Jancy is posting hashtag Rona. So yeah, I'm probably, that's separate, by the way. That'd be a different one. I'll take that one. Anyway, shout out, by the way, to a number of folks before you leave, Jeff. Linda joined tonight. Brent joined tonight. Michelle has joined tonight. Foo in the house tonight. And number 2 daughter, also, if she is still with us, she's joined tonight as well. Rana just stepping in tonight. So, Jeff, man, I got to tell you, thank you for being on and visiting with me for a while here. And I just wanted people to get to see you and see, we talk about you a number of times on the show, but just to get to see your face and, just tell you personally, thank you for what you do. There are a lot of folks that have been able to do that in the comment section and just give a shout out to you. So thank you, Jeff. You are appreciated.
Thank you, Joey. That goes both ways. I mean, you sit here every night and promote all the local events going on, and and visit with different folks. Me and Jancy tune in every night just to see what else what we're going to learn. And it's like we talked about that. Yesterday. There's always something new that a fact that pops up about our area or something. So your show's been great. We've really enjoyed it. Thank you to all of our customers that have jumped in and made comments. That means a lot. Truly appreciate it. And thank you to all of our local businesses that do all that they do.
Well, I appreciate that. And that's going to segue. So here, breathe a sigh of relief, Jeff. I'm going to segue you out, and I'll segue in the advertisers there, which, by the way, interestingly enough, Shelburne Heating and Air is in my Thursday segment. So that just happened to work out that way, but we'll talk about you a little bit more. So I'll let you breathe again, Jeff. Thanks again for coming on the show. You are very much appreciated, and we'll see you real soon.
Thanks, Joey.
That is Jeff Shelburne, by the way. And first off, to Jeff Edlin and Aaron Edlin, if you're still watching, you guys behaved yourselves so well. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. All right. Hey, listen, before we get to the advertisers, let's go back here and shout out to Michael, who said, BCP, thank you for yesterday's mention. We got another hole sponsored today. So, hey, praise God. That is cool. I think that's especially neat. That is incredibly cool. Josh, thanks for joining tonight. Man, it's good to see you, see your name come up there again. Ron, as always, I appreciate you. Stephen, my goodness, Stephen, it is good to see your name come up on my screen. Not everybody's name gets to come up on the screen. I don't know why. Some names come up and some don't. So if you ever join and you're like, dude, he never gives me a shout out. First off, why did I say dude? But secondly, if it's not because I'm just picking and choosing, I try to, every time I see a new name on there, I try to give a shout out when I can without interrupting a guest, as the case may be. And so I definitely didn't want to interrupt them. Michael, thank you, by the way, for commenting a lot. And again, let's go back here really quickly and see. Here we go. Let's put this up. 4-man scramble, $300 a team at the Atoka Golf Club, August 1st. So that is the golf tournament that is in place to help the Caddo FFA. So we're definitely shout out to all of that. If you watch from Caddo or Calera or Colbert or Ashley or Moke Cheetah or Blue or Mead or, Silo or Yuba or Yarnaby or Maytoy. I'm running out of Bryan County town names. I'm sure I could think of a few others. But anyway, if you do, and you say, well, he talks about Bryan County a lot, but he mentions Durant a lot. Well, there are a couple of reasons. One, Durant's, it's the biggest town. So there's generally a lot going on. But secondly, sometimes I don't know everything that's happening. And so you got to tell me, you got to let me know. And if you'll let me know, my goodness, we'll point it out, especially if it's positive. So, I don't always, I think I frustrated someone a couple of weeks ago who had sent me an email, not from Bryan County, but let me know that something in Bryan County wasn't happening right and that I needed to know about that. And that's fine. And if, sometimes I can tell those stories. Sometimes I can be investigative journalist if I want to be. I don't really like that. But anyhow, I think I frustrated him because it wasn't a story I necessarily wanted to tell. And it wasn't Bryan County news. It wasn't something that mandated that attention. Man, if you're going to send positive news, send it. We'll get it out there. So everyone around the county, just want to let you know, send that positive news. Stephen, man, I'll give you the wave there. Butch, thank you for stopping by tonight. Appreciate that. Thank you very much for being in the house. And oh boy, yeah. Don't be nervous, Jeff. Don't be nervous here on this show. No doubt. All right. Where am I? Oh, advertisers. There we go. Advertisers. Want to say thanks. And the advertisers here are on the Bryan County Patriot, and they advertise on the website itself. And I don't think I've I don't think I've talked about this that much. If you do want to advertise on the Bryan County Patriot, there are opportunities and openings if you'd like to. I don't think Mrs. Patriot, I think, has told me. I haven't said enough about that. I want to let you know that you do have that opportunity. So get in contact with me. Shoot me an email, joey@bryancountypatriot.com, and we definitely we can connect and make something happen. The website is seeing very much increased traffic. It really is. And I'm not just saying that right now just because I'm not trying to toot my own horn on that thing. I just want to let you know the website really is seeing a lot of increased traffic, and we're really, I think, hopefully making a difference here in the town and the county. So keep that in mind. That's right. Student shout outs. What are we going to do this year, Dottie, if we don't shout out Kai? We've always given Kai a special shout out at the start of each year. So we're going to be doing student shout outs again at the start of this new year. So you can give a shout out to your student going into whatever grade he or she is going into. Let's get to these advertisers then. Special thanks, by the way, to Alliance Health Durant, to Castile's Tire, to DW's in Calera, to Friends of the Library, and the blood drive went on there today. Holmes Coffee Murray Funeral Home. That is so great. That is so great. Stephen, you're actually on tonight. That is cool. Just happened to be in that segment. How about that? KTC, Kaimichi Technology Center, Modern Abstract, Shelburne Heating and Air. I kid you not, it's in the Thursday segment. And Texoma Engraving, Woodman Life as well. Hudson Taves. I think Hudson stopped by last night or gave us a shout out last night. Hudson, by the way, is the man in charge for the Durant area of Woodman Life. So if you have any of the insurance opportunities or needs, and especially if you've been working with Woodman Life and you've been working with Brandon, he told me the other day, he's in another time zone now. So Hudson's the guy to stop by, and you can still see him. A little bit different location, but it's still on Evergreen. So there we go. All right. Man, I enjoyed that. Did you not enjoy seeing Jeff? That was cool. Okay. Let's see. 2 more things. One of them is the giveaway. So I have, yes, send the positive news to Mr. Joey McWilliams. That is exactly right. Joey@BryanCountyPatriot.com. Yeah, we can still give Kai a shout out. We can definitely give Kai a shout out. She just won't be in high school. So we'll have to give her a student shout out. We can do it for college students too. One of the things that we want to do, I'm going to get to this in a moment. One of the things we want to do with student shout outs is because, well, I'm a sports guy. I do broadcast sports. And there, of course, there's your drinking game. And we all know that Dr. Pepper is the beverage of choice for the Bryan County Patriot and for BCP Live. Now, knowing that, lots of times you see the football players that get the shout outs when the new season starts or the new school year starts. And so I wanted to do something where we could give student shout outs not only to football players or, softball players in the fall. Of course, we have a lot of fall baseball teams around Bryan County too, and some very good ones, I might add. But whatever your student is doing, is your student in the band? Is your student a cheerleader? Is your student, in cross country? Is your student in the academic team? Whatever the case may be, debate team, whatever. We want to give a shout out to your student as well. So we'll be doing that as the new school year approaches, which, by the way, did you realize it's less than 40 days until August? I know. So anyway, hey, Stephen. Yeah, there we go. Curtis, Merle, Kaylee, Jennifer, the team. Stephen's given all the shout out too. So that is all right. I don't know if anyone else has joined. I get little notifications here. I don't know if anyone else has joined. Okay. So we have coronavirus. We have hashtag Rona among the phrases that are going to be in not the drawing, but to go before the panel. So if you'd like to win this gift card right here, Texoma Financial Services provided this gift card to the Opera House, and it's a very good gift card, by the way. Give us your favorite or least favorite phrase, I guess the phrase that you hate the most that hasn't already been chosen. These are the ones that have already been taken off the board. social distancing, new normal, 6 feet, man. Stop hoarding the toilet paper. Where were you quarantined in these challenging times? Shut down, not a lockdown. Stay home. We're all in this together. Unprecedented. Murder hornet. New case numbers are. Face coverings for all. Carol Baskin murdered her husband. Racist. Breaking news. I've already been kicked off YouTube, so don't worry about it. I can say racist, I guess. Coronavirus. Hashtag Rona. And I think somebody else put one on here a little bit earlier tonight. By the way, that's from Jancy. Isn't that cool? She loves her husband. All right. I know I saw one more. Thought it had something to do with face masks. It may have been, Michael may have put that on there. I'm trying to find, see, you know, by the way, oh, you have to wear your mask. Yes, Michael put that on there. You have to wear your mask. I'll go ahead. We'll allow that one. That's distanced enough from face masks for all right there. If there are any more, I think I mentioned last night, there's one that you all haven't gotten yet that, man, I can't stand that one either. So we'll see if anyone gets to it, but that's all right. Okay. Hey, let's wrap this up tonight. Again, shout out to Jeff. And I meant what I said. I have appreciated all. You're right. You're right. Josh, I'm gonna give you that one because I have had that one asked to me more than once. Let me get your temperature. You know, when I was growing up, there were only 2 ways to get your temperature taken. I mean, I'm 49. I'm not 50 yet. I'm not even going to be 50 in this calendar year. So there. But when I was growing up, there were only 2 ways to get your temperature taken. And one of them was preferred much over the other one. And I can't imagine, this is when I was little, I can't imagine somebody wanting to take my temperature like that. That's one of them, Rana. That's one of the 2 right there. That one is, Have you already chosen one, Rana? Is that one yours? We'll go ahead and give that one to you. I think that's the main one that I had in my mind that no one had put out there yet. By the way, I'm not on the committee, so it doesn't matter. But yes, Flatten the Curve. By the way, have you noticed, can I say this one really quickly? Have you noticed that we have flattened the curve? Forget about Texas for a moment. Texas is its own, they're a whole other country. That's a phrase. But anyway, have you noticed that we flattened the curve and nobody said anything about it? I'm just saying. We flattened the curve and haven't heard anything since we flattened the curve. No celebration, no yay, we flattened the curve. And by the way, just staying at home in your house wasn't going to cause this stuff to go away. So anyway. Oh, all right. We're getting a few more in the comments section there. Jeff, man, you have an open invitation. I don't know if you'll ever come back on again. I may have to twist your arm, but you have an open invitation. Stephen, my test was negative. Is that a real comment, or is that actually one of the ones you don't want to hear that one again? Do you have a fever? Jack, how many times have I put your name down on this one? I don't know. Mike, to err on the side of caution. You know, yeah. Okay, I'm going to have to go back through these, and I'm going to have to make sure I get all those written down, the proper names put with each one of them. God's country. Well, you know, it is, but yeah, that's... man, we probably heard that a lot too. Jimmy, hey man, thanks for joining tonight. Appreciate seeing your name come up there too. All right, so that is, please keep sending those comments. We'll do this through the remainder of the week. The winning phrase of the phrase that should be hated the most and the one that should be left in 2020 once we get into 2021, never to be spoken again. And oh yeah, I see, Josh. You're right. Josh, you're saying Texas is God's country. And well, that's okay. It is a whole other country, but I know Texas has some number issues right now, and everybody's all over Abbott's case, and we can address that another time. I really don't want to address that tonight. I'm waiting to see a little bit more information before I weigh in on that one. But I do know this: we don't need to get wound up. I'm just saying, don't make a knee-jerk reaction. Don't do it, please. Don't do it. The winner gets this, and I can't win this. I have already opted that any employees of the Bryan County Patriot cannot win this prize. There's no kind of legal binding to that. I just decided that it sounded cool to say that. So anyway, abundance of caution. There you go. We're going with an abundance of caution, to err on the side of caution. I think Mike got to that one first. So yeah, I think sorry, Stephen, I have to give that one to Mike. That one's a little bit too close. I'll take the faith over fear, but that's not a statement that we want to leave behind. By the way, Josh, I can play my Texas card. And if great one, Jason. First off, I already have you. I think I had you down for one for like breaking news. And secondly, Dottie got that one too. Dottie was already in on we're all in this together. So just so you know, Josh, I can play my Texas card. Now, if Mrs. Patriot is actually watching right now, she knows where I'm heading with this one. I was born in Corpus Christi. So, a lot of people say, well, hey, they were born in Texas. Well, I was born further south than most of you people if you were born in Texas. I mean, it just doesn't get much further south than Corpus Christi. I mean, there's like Alice, and then there's Kingsville, and then, there it is. That's too late, Mrs. Patriot. Too late. We're going there. We are absolutely going there. I was born in Corpus Christi, Texas. My life story started like this. Back in, y'all didn't tune in for that. Okay. All right. One of these days, we'll turn this into a vlog instead of just a podcast talk show, and we'll see what happens from there. Would you still watch if it was a vlog? Okay. I don't know why I thought that was that funny, but I don't understand what that means, Josh. There is Alice is a town right down there by Corpus Christi. I don't know if that's where we're going. Stephen, you were born in Paris. That's okay, man. I'm from way, way, way further south than that. So that's it. Okay. Grew up. Okay. I'm sorry. You see what it typed in there, and I know it may have been one of those. Yeah. Grew up in Alice. That's really pretty cool. I was in Corpus for only about 4 years, but wow. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I was there for 4 years, but I was born there. And that lets me play my Texas card. If I ever need to play my Texas card, then I can say, I was born in the South. I know how to say the word Southern without an R. So there we go. I've had to work really hard on that. I broadcast sports, and there's your drinking game. One of the things about that too, I had to work on that, and I've worked really hard, and I've tried to get a lot of the Southern out of my voice. I'm trying to sound a lot more Midwest than just Southern. And I was told when I went to school at Oklahoma State that you sound a lot like you're from either Oklahoma or Texas. You need to sound more like you're from the Midwest if you want to get to broadcast on more of a national level. Okay, so I'm working on it. What's the difference? Okay, you're a certified Texas card holder too. That's fine. And then we got better, right? So we moved this side of the river. And that's okay. It's all up for debate. Shelly, glad you joined tonight too. Last thing. Here's the last thing. Now I'm here in the bunker. I've come down into the studio and I'm working here tonight. I went to pick up daughter number 3 working fireworks at Fireworks World. And we can give a shout out to a lot of fireworks places over the course of the next week or so. That's fine. I do want to say fireworks world because Durant High School Band, pride of Durant, and they work hard there. And so daughter number 3 is working there. So I went to pick her up and drove down, made it on the southbound lane, driving through Calera, which was a nightmare earlier today. It was fine tonight. Everything was fine. Looked in the sky, picked her up, came back, stopped at Burger King, got her, something to eat for the evening, and looked, and I'm watching clouds come in from the southeast. And I don't know if you guys saw this tonight. I think the sun's gone down by now. I had to look out the window as if, at 9:40 at night, the sun hadn't already gone down. But the clouds are coming in from the southeast to the northwest. And I got to thinking about that, and I thought, it's time. Here is the Saharan dust. It's on the way. We don't see storm clouds come in very often unless it's a hurricane. I mean, seriously, when's the last time you saw storm clouds in southern Oklahoma coming in from the southeast to the northwest that wasn't a hurricane? It just doesn't happen very often. And so I'm looking at this. I think this is the dust isn't quite here yet. I watched the map. AccuWeather has a map showing this Saharan dust. That's right. What's the phrase that was used here? Let me see if I can pull this up here. The phrase that was used for the Saharan dust, a Godzilla dust cloud. There we go. A Godzilla dust cloud. So it's the next new thing. 2020 has to one-up itself all the time. Now, Mrs. Patriot was telling me about the Saharan dust, the African dust coming in about at least a couple of weeks ago, and I thought, you've got to be kidding me. But it looks like, at least according to the map and according to the projections, and I'm not kidding about this, it's going to get up to where we are in southern Oklahoma, but it's also, it's just covering Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida. It's all out there in the Caribbean, and that's just the first wave. So we're getting more. This is the first. This is like a once in a 50-year occurrence, I guess. I don't know. I'm not 50 yet, so obviously I didn't see the last time it happened. Just saying. So yeah, Saharan dust. Stephen, what's the difference between a vlog and this video talk news show? A little more personal life, I would imagine. Maybe scenes from my day, showing you how I open my refrigerator and get the Dr. Pepper out, things like that. I think it's a little more personal. I don't know. We try to make it personal here. The cloud is part of what? Here we go. You ready? The cloud is part of what's known as the Saharan air layer, or SAL, S-A-L, Saharan air layer. Did you know there was a Saharan air layer, or SAL? I didn't know that. It usually occupies a 2 to 2.5 mile thick layer of the atmosphere. I didn't know that either, but I'm telling you, it's going to just completely cover the southeast United States, according to this this AccuWeather meteorologist prediction. I don't know. All right, let's go. I've said just saying a few times tonight too, haven't I? I think I've met my quota for that. All right, I think we have everything done now. We've talked about. You still need to get. I'm telling you, this is really cool. You need to get one of these, because I need to support my office. I need to go to my office a little bit more. And the state of Oklahoma better not shut down my office again. No knee-jerk reactions. We have flattened the curve. There never even really was a curve in the deaths, according to numbers from Oklahoma. Hudson, I've already given you and your business a shout out tonight. So thanks for stopping by. And John Hazel, God bless you, man. That's the other thing. Michelle, you're exactly right. Okay, so Mrs. Patriot was telling me what the forecast was 2 days ago, and she said, and on Friday we're supposed to get muddy rain. And I said, what? She said, muddy rain. Remember the African dust? So yes, we're supposed to have muddy rain. I have to roll the windows up on the SUV, and I need to do it tonight and not try to wait till tomorrow morning and remember it. So when I get done here, I've got to go roll the windows up. Don't let me forget. And then because not only is it rain, it's muddy rain. We're going to have mud rain. Who decided to write 2020? Okay. If 2020 was a script, movie theaters would be tossing it out going, there's no way. Even suspension of disbelief doesn't go that far no one would in their right mind would believe, well, in 2020, we're going to have this. And the year it's not even halfway over. Not even halfway over. All right. But do not walk in. Oh, that's your favorite 2020 phrase. There we go. So I guess, next week we may even have to have favorite 2020 phrases that we can keep. Jeff's is, do not walk in fear. God bless you, man. I guess I don't know if I need to know that or if you're just saying that, hey, I need to stop talking now. Sign it off, Joey. You've talked for long enough. It's turning into a vlog. Okay, Mrs. Patriot says J.J. Abrams. J.J. Abrams would try to get away with the script that's 2020. He'd use a lot of lens flares, though. There'd be many, many lens flares all over the movie. Okay. All right. Well, you know what, guys? This is one of those nights I don't want to let go. I would talk to you all for another 2 hours if I had enough stuff, and that's never really stopped me before. Lots of times I don't have that much material. And anyway, just ask Mrs. Patriot. She said one time I was getting up to preach, and she said, do you know what you're going to say? And I said, really, I have no idea what you're going to say. And she just looked at me. That really freaked her out. It doesn't freak her out as much anymore, but at the time, it really freaked her out. But anyway, God takes care of us. All right. I have everything. We've said thank you to the advertisers and sponsors. I do want to say thank you. I do not take any of you for granted. You all are a blessing. And because of you all, I get to do something cool like this and hopefully get to be a blessing to everyone else. So as we wrap up this time, and I don't forget to roll the windows up on the SUV, let me tell you this. Be wise. Seriously, be wise. People have said that, with age comes wisdom. And that's not true. Age doesn't make you wise. Age makes you old. Okay? Now, with some people, with age comes wrinkles. I'm believing that's not going to happen for me. Okay? I don't need wrinkles. There's nothing up here to hide them anyway. All right? But be wise. Be wise. Wisdom, by the way, comes from God. In James chapter 1, it says, does anyone lack wisdom? Let him ask of God. And God gives wisdom to all men generously and without finding fault. God doesn't even go, well, why does he want wisdom? Why does she want wisdom? She's just going to mess it up? No. He didn't do that. Let him ask of God, who gives to all men generously. So wisdom comes from God. Be wise. You have God-given wisdom, I believe. And if you don't, then ask. Hey, but Joey, I don't have much wisdom. Then ask. That's easy. Number 2, use discretion. You're going to have a lot of things that are in your wheelhouse to make a decision. Make the decision that's right. Use that wisdom and use the discretion that you have. And finally, you see, Stephen, we'll always have Mexico. Oh, we had some fun times in Mexico, didn't we? Finally, say it with me now. Do not walk in fear. Don't do it. I dare you. I dare you to not walk in fear. No virus determines your future. No chart says who lives or who dies. Do not walk in fear. And we are going to do this again tomorrow, and we're going to have lots more fun doing it. Thanks to Jeff Shelburne. My goodness, what a blessing. Absolute blessing. That's right. James chapter 1. Do not walk in fear, folks. And I don't know what it takes to stay out of muddy rain, but let's see what happens in the next 23 hours, and we'll have something to talk about tomorrow night. God bless you guys. Thank you to every one of you. Thank you for watching tonight. You all are a blessing. We'll do it again later.